Baranspe from Sangli, Dr. Usha Johri from Mumbai, and Dr. Dindori. So we are just having a small trial run, trying to have the OT doing it because it's the first time we are doing an ophthalmic surgery demonstration in Atharva Netralaya. So please bear with us, and in another 5 minutes, the surgery will start, and you can ask questions on this.
व्हिडिओ ऑन केला
Yeah, good afternoon, Dr. Marathe. You're not audible. No, you're not audible. Dr. Santosh, you're not audible.
नाही येते.
Good afternoon. Thank you for bearing with us. I am Parikshit Gopte speaking from the OT of Atharva Netralaya. Dr. Jagannath Boramani, who is the progenitor, the originator for customized incision cataract surgery. By the way, we can manage astigmatism and use astigmatism for its use and give the best unaided distant and near vision. He's now just starting his surgery. Dr. Boramani sir, would you want to say a few things?
Yeah, this patient.
Yeah.
She has first treatment is of 0.75 diopter. First treatment is of 0.75 diopter, and the strip axis is 132. So I am fashioning my incision exactly on axis 132.
Everyone who has come on virtual meeting. I think we will have, till the video film is or surgeries are on, we can have our own discussion. We are just sitting here very idle, lazily. Dr. Marathi. Oh, yes.
I think there is some problem with their audio.
So in the meantime, we can discuss amongst us.
No, we are live from the Atharva Netralaya now. Dr. Boramani, even you are not audible.
I know. Hello,
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Dr. Santosh. Can you hear me?
Hello, Dr. Gopal.
Yes, now we can hear you. Now we can hear you, Dr. Marathe.
But there seems to be some problem with our laptop. So
I think Dr. Santosh and Dr. Marathe, what you can do, you can join from Dr. Marathe's mobile because that is audible.
okay.
The other camera was not.
Now is it okay?
Yeah, but then
Are we audible?
you just need to unmute from that original camera because there is echo.
कुठे गेलं इथलं बंद करायचं याच्याने बोलता येतं.
Put that admin camera off. Boramani
I'm
sir,
starting the surgery.
yes, yes.
Yes. Where is the footstep? Yes.
Sir, are you making incision at the steep axis 132?
Yes.
Yeah.
Marking there. Marking.
Hello. Hello, Dr. Gopal.
Yes, yes, we can hear you now.
Hello, Dr. Gopal. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Dr. Gopal, are we audible?
Yeah, Dr. Marathe is
Hello,
audible.
Gopal.
Yes.
Hello, Gopal.
Yes, you're audible, sir. You're audible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, OT is also, and here in the auditorium or boardroom, we are here, and audience. All of us can be connected, and whenever we want to speak, we can speak now. So, welcome everyone. Dr. Munam has started his surgery.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Yeah.
Yeah. I have taken the inferior temporal procedure. I have introduced to a tangential incision made on the opposite side. Initially, I have taken a small side foot here.
Can you be a little louder because there is some problem with the audio.
This astigmatism is 0.75 inches. So I am taking a regular prawn incision. It can be 6.5 also. If it would have been only 0.25, I would have taken a U-shaped incision, a foldable lens. If it would have been more than 0.75, I could have taken more and more straight incision. Now here I am taking a minimally curved incision. नीचे देखिए. नीचे देखिए. internal incision is little wider.
Hello, Dr. Boramani.
Yes.
Yeah, you can
You can
continue
hear
the
me?
commentary. Yes, yes.
Now this light is a white one. Somehow I am feeling visibility is not very clear for me. So I'll use a trypan blue dye. Generally I avoid using it.
Okay.
I ask for the dye. And mostly I feel there is a premature entry because when I was taking the incision, fluid was coming out. So somewhere there is premature entry.
So can you just brief about the case, because that was not audible. What K reading you had and what was the cylinder?
Cylinder is 0.75.
0.7.
This axis is 132 degrees. Exact readings I don't know. Our anesthetist will tell. Read out from the paper.
The keratometric readings are for the right eye that we are doing. It is 44.5 at 42 degrees and 45.25 at 132 degrees. So the steeper axis is at 132. That's a difference of 0.75.
Or 132 degrees. Now this is the capture and exercise being done without using any viscoelastic because I am using an AC maintainer without that well formed. So the capture and exercise the MBR
Little louder, please, Dr. Boramani.
was not
Little louder.
complete because I wanted a tight chamber. So after the capsule axis, again I'll pass pressure to that. Now I'll make the proper opening. Mostly capsule axis runs out through that. थोड़ा सर ये साइड में रखिए. Now generally it is said that you should not do hydrodissection into the side port, but it is not true because there is a space for egress of the fluid. You can very well do the hydrodissection through the side port. You could see a fluid wave
Dr.
also.
Dr. Boramani, little louder because people cannot hear.
Yes, now. You
Little,
told me
yeah.
to talk loudly, no?
Yes, yes. Or mic to be taken little nearer.
Because someone is holding mobile, near my face, and I'm
Okay.
talking with no microphone attached. I think now you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Little better now.
Okay. Now the nucleus is free. Even if the nucleus is free, I am doing rotation things. The reason for this is you can loosen the
Now the
cortex
voice is
sufficiently,
fantastic. Now the voice is fantastic. Continue.
especially in the fornices of the capsule. Whatever stuck cortex is there, that gets loosened because of multiple rotation. So it is a sort of capsular polishing. I could have taken it out like a Blumenthal technique, but this nucleus seems to be little bigger compared to the size of the incision. So either I have to do phaco-fragmentation or make little radial extensions of the incision. Listen. नीचे देखिए.
I think one very important point which Dr. Boramani mentioned was that you can do hydrodissection from the side port, and which is, I mean, people don't agree with, but I absolutely agree with you, Boramani sir. But the only thing is that side port should not be airtight. Some fluid should be able to leak out from that side port.
नीचे देखिए. Nucleus is big one. So I'll do phaco-fragmentation.
So people are in doubt whether you will use phaco or not.
Can't hear you.
People are in doubt whether you will be using phaco or not. Now.
What is the question?
आता तुम्ही फेको वापराल का SICS करणार असं विचारतात.
No. This is SICS surgery. No phaco. Phaco fragmentation I'll do. No. I'll do my technique of phaco fragmentation with my axe chopper.
Okay.
Now for that I can do under hydro only, but still to be more safe, now I am using visco. Otherwise, generally I operate without visco. But in such cases, using visco will be safer. नीचे देखिए. So this is my axe chopper. It is like Sinsky hook, but just the tip has got a curad.
Oh.
Axe.
It's wonderful. So why this term phaco fragmentation is given to this? We should avoid the word phaco.
Because it is a fragmentation of the phacos. Phacos is the nucleus or the lens.
Yeah.
So the term is
correct.
phaco-fragmentation.
Yes.
Generally, if I decide it in advance, I don't complete the main incision. I just put a side port like opening through the internal lip, just sufficient to pass the depositor, so that the fragmentation becomes more close.
Phaco-fracture would be little more ideal, sir.
एवढं चांगलं फाईल आपण इथे आपण फायनल करतो ते सगळं
Phaco-fracture would be little ideal, sir.
चांगल्याच फाईल ठेव.
No, that phaco word gets confused with phacoemulsification. Hence, some different word we can use.
No, but
why
the terminology phaco means lens, you know. So
Phaco is lens. I would
Phaco is
not
not
the machine.
That is correct, but people nowadays phaco the word used for phacoemulsification.
I know,
should
but
not use. It is loosely called.
Hmm.
Why we call pseudophakia? Because it is artificial lens. Phacos means lens.
Aphakia, correct. The term phaco means lens. So this terminology cannot be changed unless we say, you know, lens fragmentation. Lens
Correct.
fragmentation in SICS.
We should not call phacoemulsification as phaco. We should completely pronounce that as phacoemulsification. No short form from phacoemulsification as phaco.
I would very rarely phaco-fracture or lenticular fracture.
Nucleotomy can be one of the words, Dr. Bide said.
Yeah.
Nucleotomy.
Phaco-fragmentation also is absolutely a scientific term. Phaco-section, phaco-fragmentation is an absolutely scientific term. On the contrary, very rarely patient asks me, will you do phaco? Even educated, very few, it is very rare occurrence, but you can very well ask them, in phaco, what do you want? Do you want phaco-emulsification, phaco-fragmentation, phaco-section, or jokingly, phaco-immersion?
Perfect. I think this discussion was initiated for benefit of delegates and just to keep them active at their end.
Correct.
So all the faculty are active there. Usha ma'am, Satyanshu Mathurji. Hello everyone.
Hello, sir.
So everyone is alert.
उषा मैडम का आवाज कहाँ से आ रहा है?
मुंबई से.
मुंबई से. राइट की तरफ देखिए.
Patient is on the topic.
Something about anesthesia. The audience wants to know.
This is being done under topic anesthesia.
Okay.
I put paraffin drops. Patient is comfortable.
And I think you have augmented it with subtenon's ocular.
Correct. I was going to say that. Subtenon I injected because at the time of cautery, patient did little wincing. In that case, I don't remain adamant. You can always supplement with subtenon because subtenon is injected through a blunt cannula. Already you have got peritomy in SICS. So for patient, it becomes an injection-less surgery, prickless surgery. Swab.
But generally, what is just for the benefit of the viewers, whenever only cornea is touched, most of the times topical is perfect. When the other tissues like sclera, conjunctiva are touched, probably it doesn't remain painless. Yes, Dr. Boramani, your comments?
Is this a special cannula for aspiration of cortex, sub-incisional cortex?
Hello, Dr. Boramani, can you hear us? Hello, Dr. Boramani. Someone in OT? Are we audible?
Dr. Marathi,
Yes, sir. Bolo.
you can hear, no?
No, in between what you said, we didn't.
I'll repeat again. Dr. Bhide asked me, which is this cannula?
Yes.
This is from the set of duet cannula, which phaco surgeons are regularly using by manual.
Okay.
Now
We
here,
didn't hear.
my irrigation is coming through the AC maintainer. So I am doing only aspiration through the side port. This is not the automated aspiration. This cannula is connected to a 5 cc syringe through a silicone tube. So aspiration is
Okay.
visible, and I am holding the syringe in my left hand. I am again doing the hydrojetting through the side port. This can loosen the cortex to some extent.
I think Dr. Marathe, you wanted to discuss something about the anesthesia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think he's operating under topical with subtenance local.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, I think the patient should be so comfortable and it should be a painless and a smooth surgery. Surgeon and the patient should be comfortable so that they would immediately come for the second eye surgery.
Exactly.
Isn't it? So I think, we have to be very, very flexible
Yes.
and decide many things on the table.
So
and
you
keep
shouldn't unnecessarily force for topical if the patient is not
Yes,
comfortable.
absolutely correct.
And if
Absolutely
needed,
correct.
some sort of anesthesia can be added at the time of surgery.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for patient, it remains painless, prickless throughout.
Exactly.
So I start all my cases under topical, but I may not end the case only under topical. Very
That's
rarely
true.
I use intracameral also to make patient comfortable. But what we tell the patient that it is a without injection, so it remains without injection throughout lens.
That's correct.
Yeah. And I personally feel that when the patient is coming to us, for showing the blood reports and other parameters, when we are doing the scan, when we are talking to the patients, we very well, experienced surgeons or inexperienced surgeon understand the psyche of the patient. So we can make out, whether this patient would cooperate under topical or will not cooperate under topical.
Correct.
Isn't it? I think that pre-operative workup, makes a lot of difference.
So unnecessary promising given to the patient should be avoided. Most of the times the surgery is promoted as no stage, then no pad, no admission, some sort of, so that patient has it is 2-minute surgery. So they don't take that surgery seriously and they don't want to pay you more also. And complications in between, suppose they are there, not acceptable by patients and relatives.
नीचे देखिए.
Which type of lens is it?
This is a rigid PMMA lens.
Something about lens for the benefit of viewers.
It's a PMMA lens given to me. If my incision, whenever it is small or U-shaped, then I put foldable. Otherwise, also generally I put foldable. Most of my patients are for autofocus lens, which is a foldable lens. But sometimes I put it through a 7.5 millimeter incision. If the astigmatism is very high, my incision is straight to neutralize that one. But then I put the foldable without folding.
Some comments about the astigmatism correction.
Yes.
The type of incision taken by you, the type of lens, the way it's implanted.
Yeah.
The correlation of astigmatism and lens implantation. Little bit about it.
Yeah. Astigmatism, I have formulated my own nomogram after doing many cases. So, see, it's a very simple this thing. Why the prawn incision was designed? It is a known fact that if you have a straight superior incision of 6 mm, approximately it may induce 1.25, 1.5 astigmatism. If that is the reason the incision is made curved, or it is a prawn incision, so that the ends go away from the limbus, and then your induced astigmatism is say around 0.75. As a corollary of this phenomenon, what will happen if you make it more curved? You make it more curved, naturally it has to be 0.5, 0.4. You make it extremely curved, somewhat nearer to U shape, then it has to be almost no induced astigmatism. So this principle I am using, and I am titrating my incisions against the pre-existing astigmatism. So after
Perfect, fantastic surgery.
After doing many cases, you come to know how your incisions are behaving.
How did you manage that premature entry?
Afterwards,
just few words about management of premature entry. What happened in your case?
Yeah. You are asking about the premature entry.
Yeah.
At the end of the surgery, you just see now, see, iris was not prolapsing.
Yes.
And the wound integrity is good because pressure is maintained now. On the contrary, now globe has become very tight. Now what happens? The presumption is that if you don't have a corneal wall, proper corneal wall, your incision will leak, but that is not true. Whatever length of the scleral dissection is there, like here it was premature entry. So from here to here, even sclera will act as a wall. Why only cornea should act as a wall?
Good.
I think a wonderful surgery done, Dr. Boramani. Big round of applause for Dr. Boramani.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gopal.
Excellent surgery, Dr.
The
Jagannath.
camera to the
Only
next.
thing is that you just give tips about creation of tunnel. When you get premature entry, how do you proceed with tunnel construction? And when do you suture and start at the other end?
You're asking me?
I think till the next surgery starts, Dr. Santosh has asked you the question, Dr. Boramani. You can still answer.
Just give me 1 minute.
And
I'll
you
take
can
the
prepare for the
mobile
next
in my hand.
surgery. Yeah. Yes, please. Go ahead, Dr. Boramani.
You can hear me now?
Yes, yes.
What was the question?
The question was how to manage premature entry. You managed it very well, but for benefit of those who are newcomers, how to manage premature entry and how to proceed with tunnel construction if there is a premature entry. When do you take suture and when do you start at other site and do the tunnel construction again? So some tips for management of premature entry and how to avoid premature entry. Since in this case, there was no iris prolapse in spite of premature entry, you could do it. But suppose there is iris prolapse, then how do you do it? That sort of tips we need to know. It's a learning process, so please guide everybody.
And in between, if the next case is started, that also we'll have to see.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Boramani.
Please. I think it had gone on mute. I have come out of the OT just to avoid the echoes. Okay.
Okay.
Now the question was about the premature entry.
Correct. How to manage it?
With the AC
How to
maintainer,
avoid
if you with the AC maintainer, if you feel that the iris is recurrently prolapsing, it is advisable not to continue with AC maintainer, but do under visco, because that visco bolus will to some extent prevent the prolapse of the iris. And if the premature entry is big one, naturally you will come to know that your wound is not, the wound integrity is not maintained very well. So in that case, you have to suture that part at the end. Now for suturing, instead of suturing the outer incision, the external incision, you have to suture in the middle of the incision, the bed of the incision, and you take either a box type suture or a simple suture which is hidden in the tunnel. So that will prevent the sliding of the scleral walls and avoid the further complications. If at all there is a sudden very big premature entry iris prolapse, if you feel that you are not able to proceed through that, best way is to suture that thing, forget about the astigmatism, and take a different location for the incision and proceed. That also will help.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah. And many times this is about premature entry, but sometimes there can be buttonholing also. If you are very superficial, suddenly your crescent may come out and buttonholing. But in case of buttonholing, you go to the other side of the tunnel and start descending and try to find out a deeper plane, and again come under the button through a deeper plane, so that it will be a sort of double tunnel at the location of the scleral buttonhole. But you can continue very well your surgery through the lower tunnel, keeping in mind that there is a buttonhole at the top.
So if you are too superficial, there will be buttonholing, and if you are too deep, then there will be premature entry.
Premature entry, correct. And especially, everyone says you have to use new blades. Here also I use new blades, but with the new blades, your hand should proceed very slowly. Otherwise, suddenly the blade will pass through sclera and there will be a premature entry. Correct. So even if you are a very good surgeon, you can do very fast. At least dissection you can do very slowly if the blade is very new one.
And for scleral dissection, eye has to be firm enough.
Yes.
Then only it is easy to do dissection. If the eye is too soft, then again the dissection is difficult.
Yeah.
So eye has to be firm enough.
Very firm.
Before
so those who are not using the AC maintainer, even they can put visco through the side port, make the glove very tight and do the dissection. I am using AC maintainer. So whatever operation I have done with AC maintainer, the pressure was around 30 millimeters of mercury throughout the surgery.
Okay. Great surgery. Great demonstration of surgery, Dr.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Jagannath Boramani, everyone here in the auditorium and online, everyone has appreciated your surgery. Fantastic surgery. Congratulations. Over to you, Dr. Amulya Sahu, sir. Over to you, Dr. Amulya Sahu, sir. Are you there? For the next
1 minute, I'll give the phone to them. I'm outside.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, I am Dr. Gopte speaking. Dr. Sahu is just washing up. He has washed up. We will be starting in 2 minutes.
In between, tell about the patient, Dr. Parikshit.
Yeah. Dr. Sahu, sir, would you want to say hello?
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
We are doing a good job.
So I'll just tell you about. We are operating now. Varka, 75-year-old lady. We are doing her right, and her K readings are 44.65 at 160 degrees and 43.75 at 70 degrees. So 160-degree meridian is the steeper meridian. So Dr. Sahu is going to demonstrate his own technique of doing the smallest incision for SICS.
Something about his technique, everyone is eager to see and everybody is eager to listen. The way he does that 2 millimeter.
The first time in the world.
Yeah.
Sunil ji.
Athar, the camera is off. Can you just switch it on? The OT, please.
Yeah, they will do. But Sunil ji, some people are not able to see the video, surgical video. Just
Not able
change the.
Yes, sir. It
Yeah.
is switched on as of now. I've just asked them to switch on.
Yeah. Now it is switched off, but in the previous surgery also,
we could
there
not
is in the
switch.
chat box, some people have written. Like I think Dr. Satanshu Mathur has written, Dr. Joshi has written. So can you help them?
Yeah, sir. I'm just checking.
Yeah. Yeah, please
It's
help
live.
them.
It's live. Otherwise, it's live, right?
And
Yeah,
other
it's
thing,
live. Yeah, it's live.
and one
Yeah.
more thing, can you pin it so that it is seen in the main box?
Sir, since the audio is not coming, the pinning will switch over in case somebody speaks. So since the audio is not coming, the one pinning will not possible.
Okay. इथे सुद्धा आम्ही बाजूला करायचं म्हटलं ना
Can you do color balance of the camera of microscope on a white background before starting case? So maybe we will see better colors during surgery, if it is possible and if it is comfortable.
Because if it is done on the green drape, probably the pista background comes rather than black, red or pink background. I think the color contrast is perfect now. पण त्यांना जरा त्या दिशेने चाललंय असं वाटतं त्या दिशेने पण हिरवं दिसत आता लाल
We are unable to see Dr. Maratha.
Madam, it is just betadine on the lid.
Okay.
So betadine can be prominently seen.
But we are unable to
and
see.
The tinge,
we are unable
and
to
the tinge
see.
is perfect.
Yeah.
And tinge is perfect, madam. Tinge is perfect now.
Okay.
Just really suggest you have suggested.
आता छान वाटतं background.
One table is being used. So
Halogen yellow असतो ना आणि LED पांढरा असतो. जायसला दोन नाही जायसला दोन्ही येतं तुला ऍडजस्ट करता येतं.
What kind of speculum you use?
Self-heating.
Which are काय झालंय?
Hello, Sahul sir, are we audible?
Yes, yes.
Sir, we must audio visual team in the OT for perfect telecast for this surgery. View is
Okay.
very nice. The next question is selection of patient for 2 mm surgery. Some tips if you want to give.
You can go up to grade 4.
Okay.
This is also grade 4 looks like.
Okay. So grade 3, grade 4 is preferable for 2 mm.
But if it is very hard cataract, and it's a big cataract, it's better to extend the wound.
Okay.
Glass clean.
Anesthesia? Topical?
Topical. Topical, I may give little subtenon.
Okay.
Because he has been waiting for a long time, so better not to. Frequently, wait out. This is what is the XC70X?
Dr. Usha ma'am, can you see the microscope view now?
So this lady has a.
No, sir.
You can see.
No, sir, we cannot see.
So
Why?
viewers
No.
cannot see the OT view.
We cannot see, sir.
AV team, please look after. Johri ma'am, you are on laptop or mobile?
Mobile.
Mobile. Just you scroll it little bit upwards or downwards, you can see that window. And just let us know.
Okay, sir.
Can you see now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
You can see, that's good. Because what happens, suppose the video is on, off, then it goes upwards or downwards. So you can write it there. Click on that window and then you can see.
I marked the 70 axis.
Okay.
70 axis here, she has got 0.80 astigmatism. So in 2 mm, I don't contribute to astigmatism, but some studies are saying that we are reducing half to 0.75. So more studies necessary to establish what is the facts.
Can you increase the volume a bit?
Volume. Yeah.
Can you increase the volume?
This.
We are not hearing you, sir.
Can you hear me?
Now, yes. Now, yes.
Yes. Okay. See, we don't give. It is erasing, not Earlier you used to do point cutlery, but this is erasing. Yes. Press it.
Fine.
No. Khalid. मेरा टनल लाइट इसमें होगा पीछे रखा है
इथे काढून ठेवला सरांनी
I marked the 2 millimeter. Take it so. Okay. Then give a back cut. I'm giving a back cut which is important to this surgery. I can go 3 millimeter.
Yes, sir.
Back cut. The importance of this, without this back cut, you cannot do a 2 millimeter. And when you are moving this,
can you make it to the center, please? Take it to the center. View.
Is it okay?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
No. So when you are taking this, see the blade is not pointing, it is pointing upwards. And you are seeing the blade, but it should not be too superficial. So I am creating this space here. I've created a lot of space. Then here you go from this side and create a little space. Otherwise the structure you can cut it. So join these two space. So you have a big pocket here. And even with this pocket, you can put a PMMA lens, which Nilutpana Devari is putting regularly. So those who are of you who are using PMMA lens, they can do this. Yeah, side port, my side port. I am always use a MBR side port.
Take it to the center.
Take it. Is it okay? Okay or not okay?
Yeah.
Side port I have given you.
Little bit.
Huh?
Vishal bhai.
It's okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I have given one side port, Blu-rays. I normally stain these things. Give me a 24 number needle. 24 number needle. For Rexis.
मस्त गेली, छान केली. हिरवं हिरवं दिसत होतं, आता बघा लाल लाल दिसतं.
Before 24 no, 26. ठीक है.
Some tips about that.
See, this is a
Needle bending and all. Yeah.
26 number. I bend it. I made it a little curve to so that the corneal curvature is maintained in this. Instead of a straight one, I make it a little curve so that
Okay.
easy to maneuver. And visco cannula.
Dr. Dindor is asking which visco is preferred for this surgery.
Which
visco is preferred? That is a question by one of the delegates. Related to task.
Dispersible visco. Dispersible, not this high visc.
Okay.
Because this is a visco cannula. I'm making it a square because otherwise it is round. So by compressing the tip, I made it a square so that it can easily go through the side port. So most of the people say they put a round thing in a square. In the process, they create Descemet separation. So by compressing that, there will be no chance of Descemet separation because otherwise they force it. And by not using a MBR blade, they try to go push their thing, push the thing. They go on pushing it through the very flat. So this cornea is not a very healthy cornea. A lot of gutters are seen in the lens. Doesn't matter. Visco. It is not as flat as I want. इसको ही मैं बनाया था ना. मैं अभी जो compress किया वो दो. See, they had given me something which was round. I was saying, what is happening? Why it is not going? See this. So I changed it. Now it is a square. See, it goes easily.
Okay.
So now you saw the difference. The round thing I was pushing, it was not going. So this is a posterior polar cataract. Okay. Give me the. when you are entering, go flat. Go flat and then stand up. I'm trying to keep it little oval. I'm not exactly making a round thing because the 12 o'clock is more important. The periphery is not that important. So I'm trying to keep this axis little oval. This was coming in front of me. Bisco. Bisco, no? This is, I have to increase the depth of the S. Because there was a chance that while moving, I may not touch the endothelium. Little hurry at this stage, I have seen it slipping away. So there is no hurry.
Very nice assisted answer. Perfect.
So I'm just from many places I'm injecting. I have got this cannula. This is a single jet cannula where you see it is moving upwards. So at this stage, I will make my second port. And those of you who have seen Dr. Boramani doing side port. So chamber maintainer is something I think all of us has to start reviving it, because with that the Simcoe cannula importance will come down and cleaning of the things will become much better. So though I have modified my Simcoe cannula, but as I see the comfort zone of removing this thing with chamber maintainer, so I think all of us has to learn how to use the Simcoe cannula. Chamber maintainer. So all SICs.
Someone from the OT can make the take the mic little nearer to Dr. Sahu.
Yeah. So this
Yes,
chamber maintainer thing, I was telling that chamber maintainer, I think we must have classes on chamber maintainer, and all of us has to learn chamber maintaining, because that will make things life easier. Oh. Dialer. See, my dialers are modified also. You see that this is a curved,
Yes, sir.
tip, and in the tip it is blunt. And blunt and little curved, so that there is no chance. I will show you how I remove the lens, but it will be after I divide the lens. I will be dividing. I'm planning to divide the lens in the bag. So it is not yet loosened, so I will saline. I have to inject a little more and make it more little mobile. So very gently I have to do, because this is a posterior cuff polar cataract. So okay, so now before you make it move, visco, I have to make this taut by injecting visco. Otherwise, there is a chance that I may drag and pull, and so to avoid that, little mobility, and then yes, it is now it is mobile, so I have no problems. Now I'm entering the AC with these things. Always see the position, how I'm going. I first find my, the space. I go a little further and then dip. Then I come out and then extend. Okay, so now with this, no, not this, this को थोड़ा लेंस को थोड़ा क्लीन कर दो, क्लीन करो लेंस.
I think pupil is not remaining dilated.
Pupil is not fully dilated, but nothing can be done. I don't have the phenopen here. You have got phenopen? Eh? Okay. You see, this is a, I'm not bringing it to the AC, so I'll be cutting it. So with this is the cutter, pre-chopper. Okay, with this
Okay.
I will be holding at 6 o'clock. Visco. So I will divide the I plan to divide the lens in the bag.
Mike, little nearer, please.
I have planned to divide the lens in the bag. So I enter it here. I go to the periphery and keep my things there. I go from here. Then pull it down. Then okay. Saw the division? Did you see the division?
Yes, sir. Very nice. Yes, sir. Very nice.
That division, because the 6 o'clock was not holding properly, otherwise very nicely I would have demonstrated. And this is, I cannot see because the people constricted, as you say. Now what I'm doing, I'm pulling the rexis towards myself, going behind the lens and moving it upwards. No. The people is really small. फेनिकल नहीं है ना?
Yes.
दोनों सौ फेनिकल.
Soil Irfan Khan.
Normally we don't do it through the main port, but because this I had broken this thing. So At this stage, I can go on injecting the visco and try to mobilize the lens. Create a space between the lens, iris diaphragm, and then make the lens move. So their lens is in the AC. The AC is shallow, very shallow. नहीं, दूसरा break देखिए, दूसरा. See this this is a specially designed practice.
Yes, sir.
So you see there is a engaging edge here, which engages the fragment, and this is on the top it is a cutting edge, but this cutting edge is used when I am breaking it in the AC, but here the holding edge helps me to hold. Everything, the AC is very shallow, so I don't know what is their power. So I have to create this space, otherwise it will rub against the endothelium. So I just feel. So when I'm bringing it out, I'm compressing the floor of the tunnel and bringing it out. Now this is visco expression. I want to take out as much material as possible, so increase my visibility there. So the cutting is not been uniform. It is one fragment is small and another was little big. So I'm just creating a little space. It is little big, harder than what I was anticipating. So it is taking little time, but it is not a.
So that way it is for demonstration, sir. Little bit hard cataract to be tackled this way.
The main thing is that in this surgery, you have to be very careful. It should not happen that I can do it and do mess. Every step is important. Every step leads to the other. If the axis goes wrong, then the other steps goes wrong. So here also I'm not in a hurry, because this thing in the process I should not damage the iris diaphragm or anything. I have to be very careful. And this is a microscope which I don't use. So I have to be. you just don't bother about, I'm not bothering about time or anything, because I want a nice operation. Sima, she is assisting me, and she is a good surgeon. She is from Melbourne and very keen to learn, and she is doing SICS in Australia. And that is her HOD say that you are an angel. You came here in the right time. We want to learn. So that is her status there.
Okay.
So also, because they say that we in the COVID time there are a lot of problem in the FECO, and they want to learn. And Seema was planning to visit India, so we somehow or other made it happen, so that she goes back and takes the Indian flag higher. Because we are visualizing her teaching the Australians all form of cataract surgery, and so that we are
That
reading
is
this.
quite creditable. Indians
Yeah.
teaching to Australians this SICS technique by Dr. Mandre. Fantastic work done by Dr. Mandre there in Australia.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for appreciation.
HOD said if you want to leave this job, you have to train our people before you leave. So I think as I visualize, she can start her institute of SICS training in the near future in Australia.
Yes.
Why not? People will come and learn. Why not? Because government has no problem. So you start your own institute.
She has to promote SICS there in Australia as MSICS Australia New Zealand chapter.
So that is our India going there, na? What better opportunity than the Indian promoting India? Is it central because the mic is sort of clean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mavidi Center.
The lenses are getting smuggy, so much simple. So now the people is totally my Simco, आपका Simco, मेरा है ना? नहीं ये अलग है, ये नहीं. This is the modification I have done to take out 12 o'clock this thing. I will show you the jet cannula, how to clean the this thing, you know, single jet cannula. तो मेरे को cannula is
Sir, you don't believe in AC maintenance?
I believe that's why I'm trying to promote, because I was thinking how to bypass this Simco, but I was not getting. Today I saw Boramani doing this thing. This is my jet cannula. The importance is that many a time the cortex get deposited behind the endothelium. So with this you can just little flush it out, and then you see inside clearly. So there is an opening on the top of these things. Now I'm very clear how much space is there, what are the materials are there, and now I'll do the visco expansion. Everything will come out, because earlier was not, this were not getting clear. So now even this piece will come out. So now the pupil is almost 3 millimeter. So I have to do the cortex cleaning with that. Can you see the pupil?
Yes, sir.
Very small. Simple. So it's a blind procedure. You don't see anything. My cannula is a modified. This is Simco is modified. There is a instead of a hole, I have made some modification there, which gives me to hold the cortex properly.
I think if there is any phenocane, we can use it now.
Already I have used phenocane.
Acha, okay.
These are the type. Phenocane is
Sir, what
sometimes.
precautions were taken because it is posterior polar cataract? What special precautions were taken by you?
See, first of all, you don't flush it very hard or very gentle. So hydro delineation is not necessary. Even a sort of little. Okay. Loosen it up in many segments, many quarters, not in one position. No, this is not working. दूसरा सिंपल देखो ना तीन लाया था मैं शक नहीं करता. This is the problem with Simco. Sometimes they don't work properly. So I want to bypass this thing. Next time I will do it AC maintainer. I have done in the past. Then I have given it up. Now I think ये भी काम नहीं करता है. हाँ. हाँ. Engage and pull, because next time when you are going there, you can get hold of it or you may not get hold of it. So it is better to drag it out. Making all sort of side movement to dislodge as much cortex as possible. I got it. Yeah. Hmm. I'm trying to see that if I can take out this cortex this way, it will save my time. So some cortex is there on this side.
I think majority of the cortex has come out.
I will go through the list. Hmm. See, now I'll put the 12 o'clock, something is there. 6 o'clock, little bit is there. And I will train that. So from there, I go here. Okay. So lens ready. Ready.
So you want a foldable?
Inject कर देते हैं.
Foldable.
Which lens do you prefer, sir?
No, I put
Dr. Sahu, sir, which lens do you prefer?
foldable.
Foldable.
I will inject a foldable lens. So the whole idea of this 2 millimeter is that tell me how echo is better than SICS. You tell me. Now all of you who are watching, you have to tell me is FECO, why FECO will be better than SICS.
Because surgeons are impatient, they want PECO because,
I get it
because
too.
you need more skill and patience to do.
See, in my place, I will finish it in 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
So here the microscope is new to me, staff new.
It's an excellent surgery, sir.
So all that I am trying to that become complete cataract surgeon. And result.
I think, sir, both the techniques are very good. There is no comparison. And in expert's hand, both techniques work very well. So nothing is inferior. That's what we can say.
In the foldable lens behind the PMN.
So main idea of this thing is that because claim to glory is a small incision, but when you are doing an incision in the cornea, there are a lot of complications. There are late complications are happening. Now Seema is a cornea surgeon, so she can tell me how many cases of problems you are getting now. Late complications are there. But when you are doing it, the sclera, it is such a stable wound.
Always. In this astigmatism, the less in case of scleral.
So in astigmatism, we are masters. We are showing with results. Publications are there to show that hardly any astigmatism and Borromini modification, if you are doing with a big incision also. I have done some surgery in the 6 o'clock position, 6 millimeter, and the two cylinder I have removed. So, but my study is not very big in this. But Borromini has done a lot of study on this. So for wound modulation, astigmatism in the bigger incision, I think we have to follow him. So his study is big. So Seema, now you can do.
Yeah,
बैठे करो और बैठा है बराबर नहीं मेरे को बैठाना पड़ेगा
सर्जरी में मुंडे 7.
सब्जेक्ट नहीं होना चाहिए. बराबर बैठे कि नहीं? ये नहीं है, डाला नहीं. हाँ?
Bit center.
थोड़ा.
नहीं, ये ठीक है.
हाँ सर.
Okay. So I have injected the lens. You can see. Yeah. Simple. So, any comment, Marathe sir?
Sir, it is fantastic surgery, meticulously done by you. It's a little bit harder. You could manage it this way, and all the particle matter came smoothly, and the patience was very important. In spite of all those things, feel that your procedure probably you could do it in a smooth way. And I think cornea is very clear, really circular. Then very nice reflex of IOL is seen, and there is no bleeding. Construction seems to be perfect, and very nice surgery done by you, sir. Big round of applause from here, all the audience.
So, I want all of you to do 2 millimeter. That is then my efforts is rewarded. So all of you are big surgeons.
Everybody, sir, everybody appreciated at this seniority, at this age, with the patients, what you do this type of surgery and innovation of 2 millimeter surgery is definitely appreciable from each and everyone.
I think there are so many senior surgeons are there. All of them must do this so that the patient will not come to know, see what is happening in my private practice. Patient goes and immediately, sir, dusra ank bhi karega. I want that thing happening to everybody because they feel so happy. Because
sir, you demonstrated not only your skill but also patience. Nucleus was very hard. Pupil was very small, and it was really a challenging case. But you did it very fantastically, I would say.
I think it's an extraordinary example of patience, sir. Very well done. Patience is something that everyone can learn from Dr. Amulya Shahu, sir.
This is our line is a line of. I keep a little bit of air. जरूरत नहीं है because it is almost it will there is no need for a cautery here. This will attach by this thing. Once I pull it out here, because when you are doing a cautery, they complain of irritation. So because it is the lead will push it down. Tomorrow it will attach properly. So there is no need for cautery. Cautery irritates them for a long time.
So do you inject air always at the end of surgery, or in this case you have?
If I have to see the same day, I don't inject. Many a time like before coming, I did a series of cases, but I didn't put any air. I saw them after 2 hours and let them go and then come the next day.
You have injected air in the anterior chamber. So do
Ah.
you inject air in all the cases or
No,
only
no,
in
no.
this case you have injected?
No, no, no. In this case, I have given it, and because the SE is shallow, little, I think hypermetropic. She must be hypermetropic. So SE was not very this thing, and so that the diaphragm goes behind, and then the pupil becomes more circular, and tomorrow the air will be gone. So okay, so फिर पट्टी लगा दो, drop डाल के पट्टी लगा दो.
Yes.
Yeah. Sir, Dr. Amulya Sahu, sir.
बोलिए sir.
Yeah. Sir, brilliant technique, excellent
Yes,
techniques. You have
Gauri madam.
really,
Please.
yeah. Yeah. So the keyword I think is patience, 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 and patience.
Yes.
And yeah, sir, for the advantage of the younger generations who want to start SICS, in your opinion, how many SICS they should be doing before they start this technique where you have been a master in the world? And one more question was, do you feel that is there any difference in the cornea post-operative, and where are the instruments available for this surgery?
So this is some Narayan. His name is Narayan.
Okay.
Bombay. He's Bombay. So he can give you the instruments, and
yeah.
So I will share, if you are interested, I will share his number to you.
Yes, sir.
So about 11 modification instrument are there with him.
Yes.
So he can supply it to you, and those who are doing new, but they should not jump into this surgery.
Exactly.
You need a lot of control on your hand, eye, and you must be little meditative in this matter.
Yeah, sir.
If you are agitated person, disturbed person, very sort of egoistic person, then
Yes,
please
yes.
don't try this thing, then you mess up everything.
So your
So-
technique was like as if you're doing meditation, sir. Your
so
technique, I think your meditation has helped, to master this technique so well.
meditation
Because
helps
this is
every-
not everybody's cup of tea. This is not everybody's cup of tea.
So those who are found that they create music in their hand, then
Yes.
only they go for these things. It looks easy, but every instrument, every touch, everything, you should feel every bit of your journey.
Yes, yes.
So
Sahu sir, I have a question for you. I think while shifting to this technique of 2 millimeter, what aim you had in your mind that comparable small incision which is taken in phaco, why not in SICS? Was
Then
that
it-
the motivation or something else?
Many motivation was there when I 2005 I started this organization ISMSICS. So that time the SICS people were looked down upon. They were considered that they're inferior surgeons, and the whole thing was so messy because a lot of bloods coming here. Well, they are everywhere. So, and FECO gave a picture of a very neat and clean surgery. So I said that if we are going to be there, then we have to see that we do whatever they are doing, we are doing better than them. Then only people will respect us and listen to us. So that was a challenge. Then I went on modifying my vectors and then all instruments to suit to my size of surgery. So that was my incentive. Then now once I did 3 millimeter in 2005, I demonstrated at Aditya Jyoth Hospital. Then 2 millimeter I demonstrated in Udaipur in the All India Institute of Medical Science, and 2 years, 2.5, 3 years before. So once I demonstrated publicly, then I said that now 2 millimeter already has been published in IGO, so everybody can pick up this thing and start doing it, and the benefits are immense because you with a topical, as you saw, topical you do, a patient walks out and he can see, the person can see clearly. You charge your price. Main thing is that you have to market it as a premium surgery. 2 millimeter if you are doing, you ask your price, because then there will be some difference. Otherwise, people, if you are gone that far in your journey, you have a right to ask your price.
I think, sir, the incision is smaller. So the ambulation is earlier, astigmatism is less and comparable to phaco and clean surgery. But
clean
then,
surgery.
what you have showed that probably the learning curve is there for the juniors and youngsters. So the handling in the anterior chamber must be very much controlled and in a smooth way.
So this is a, see what happened now. Your take home increases, your investment decreases, and the chance of infection reduces commendable very much, because you are covering the incision size with tenon and conjunctiva, so that is not exposed to outside. You can the patient just walks out feeling nice, and if you are not giving a cautery, so there is no that much of disturbance in the in a movement of the lead. So I think it's an all-round happiness. So those of you who have seen it, I hope they try to reach there. Anytime
Just on
I'm
the
available.
lighter mode, I don't think you are thinking less than 2 millimeter now, 1 millimeter or something of that sort. Amaratawal and all.
If there is a big cylinder number, I want to remove it, then I will follow Boramani. Because cylinder number, why should we keep? In SICS, we have the option of removing the cylinder number. So
can it be the option of Boramani's technique and Dr. Sahusa's technique all together? Smaller incision and astigmatism control.
Yeah, so smaller incision, it's a real pleasure. If you do a 2 millimeter, you.
Dr. Boramani is there.
Yeah, what is your answer?
Yeah, I think everybody should learn what is harm.
Yeah, everyone should learn everything. FECO, SICS, 2mm SICS, customized incisions. Because this 2mm SICS is difficult to learn, but once you modify the instruments, you can do it. And if you got a spherical cornea, you don't want to induce anything. And especially for grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 cataract, it's a fantastic technique. Now, and I think 2 millimeter, some people have started following. Very recently, Dr. Purvi Bhagat has done her first 2mm SICS.
क्या बात है?
Yeah.
पूर्वी भगत मेरे को बताई नहीं. पूर्वी को फोन करता हूँ.
And we request all those who are in this webinar online to stay for a few more minutes. We're going to have the installation ceremony of the new chapter of the Maharashtra chapter of ISMSICS.
I think Dr. Sahu sir, we request you to come here in the auditorium so that we can start the function. In between, I think Dr. Parikshit Gupta has started his surgery. Hello, Dr. Parikshit, are you there?
Yes.
Yes, very much.
Yes, yes. I think you can start your surgery until Dr. Sahu sir comes here in the auditorium. We will communicate to you, and your surgery is seen here by everyone.
Yeah, now I'm just doing a very simple subtenon manual SICS. I mean, you have seen two stalwarts do two very different surgeries. You have seen Dr. Boramani do the customized incision cataract surgery, and Dr. Sahu his trademark 2 millimeter SICS. I am just demonstrating a regular.
There is correction. There are not only two stalwarts, there are 3 stalwarts. The third stalwart is Dr. Parikshit Gupta.
No. So I am just doing a
Please continue.
SICS. I started doing FECO in 1998. I started doing SICS in 2001 when we were doing a dissertation for the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine when I was at Moorfields. So I thank you, Dr. Sahu sir, and thank you, Dr. Seema. So I am first trained as a phaco surgeon and then went on to SICS. But where I used to work at a high volume center, we found that SICS gives equally good results. It is very fast, it is predictable. And there are certain kinds of cataracts in which SICS actually gives better results. Saline. Now here we have given a small subtenon anesthesia. I have not used cautery in this. We can use a cautery, but cautery can sometimes cause scarring. So if there is a small amount of ooze, I prefer not to cauterize. we have taken a small side port, Visco. In fact, as recent, as Dr. Sahu was saying, showing to Dr. Seema for Australia, in fact, we've written once an editorial in the Royal Australia New Zealand College of Surgeons, their official journal, Clinical and Experimental Ophthalmology. And that was the role of manual SICS in Australia and the developed world. This was sometime in 2015. So even in Australia, people feel there is a need because there are some kinds of cataracts, as Dr. Seema was saying, where doing SICS is actually more useful or safer than doing phacoemulsification. Saline, please.
Dr. Boraman is asking, which technique are you going to use?
So
Hello,
I am
Parikshit?
normally doing a simple visco expulsion, sir.
Okay, okay.
Entry. Yeah, I think I perhaps should have used a cautery in this because the oozing is a bit much. Visco the needle. Visco the needle down there.
When both the techniques are available to you, Dr. Parikshit,
Yeah.
OT is well equipped, cost is no issue. Patient doesn't have any choice about SICS or phaco. But it is your own choice. Which procedure do you prefer in that particular patient?
It will depend on the mood and the time that I have. But since I've been doing more of phacos, if it's a very soft grade 1, grade 2 cataract, doing phaco is actually much more easier. It is like whether you want to cycle or whether you want to drive a car. If you want to cycle, well, you have to maintain the balance and you have to take some effort. In that way, phaco is a much more easier surgery to do because the machine does everything for you. Right? Light madhe bagha. Light madhe. This is a posterior polar cataract that we are doing. So again, perhaps SICS is slightly more safer in this. So they both are okay with me. But suppose it's a very hard cataract, if it's a hyper mature cataract, then SICS I would prefer. A posterior polar one, SICS I will prefer. Again, it depends also on the astigmatism. I don't think I have perhaps Dr. Sahu patience to do the kind of effort that is needed. But as Sahu sir keeps on telling me all the time, yes, we must muster that patience. In which case, phaco will be easier and faster.
So very good CCC done by you. In my talk, I always say that there are 3 types of surgeons. One type of surgeons, they are purely phaco surgeons. Other type of surgeons are pure SICS surgeons like Dr. Raut and all that. And third type of surgeon is, and even Dr. Boraman is SICS surgeon. And third type of surgeon is like Dr. Parikshit Gopte and a few more, where they can do both these surgeries in a very nice way, in expertise manner, like Dr. Hardipurkar also. Okay.
I think there should be no ego about whether to do only SICS or phaco. It's in the interest of patient, we should give best result to the patient. Second point which I want to insist is that whether to do it under topical or peribulbar or to inject subtenos injection, that also depend on 2 factors. One is the patient's comfort and second is surgeon's comfort. So if you are not doing under topical, that doesn't mean that you are an inferior surgeon. If you are doing a good surgery, if you are doing good results with minimal handling and good post-operative results on day 1, that is what we should strive for. Second thing is that there should be no ego. Suppose you are a phaco surgeon and if the cataract is cataracta nigra or very dark brown leathery cataract or grade 4+, 5+ cataract, then there should not be ego that I will do phaco in such case. In that case, you should use SICS as a surgery of choice. So our aim has to be to give good result to the patient and not to the technique. That is
And
what
one more
is
thing
the
which I would
take-home
like to
message.
add.
That's what I feel.
Yeah, one more thing which I would like to add, Santosh, is, it should be a bailout technique. Every surgeon should know SICS, because in case of difficult surgery, you should be able to bail out.
Perfect.
So it's not that ego problem. You should have a bailout technique as well.
Oh, perfectly said. Perfectly said. Gopal, you said it. It's like flying an aeroplane. You should have parachute. So as a surgeon, SICS or any technique should act as a parachute for you. In case of an emergency, you should be able to convert it to that technique. In fact, for training, we should train newcomers for ECC also.
Yes, I have also believed that for post-keratoplasty surgeries in scarred corneas, ECC perhaps is the conventional ECC is perhaps the best technique, because
faster technique. Yes,
it's
faster technique and less handling, less fluctuation.
And we are so, what shall we say, besotted with astigmatism that we forget that corneal endothelial cell count is also important. So for scarred corneas, hazy corneas, we always say to Dr. Kuresh Maskati, all the Maskati corneas, because he keeps on showing such corneas. Even the ECC is a very good option, sir.
So there should be no ego about technique. All techniques are good. You should be able to master all the techniques. This is my take-home message. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
One more thing I like to add here, Parikshit very well handled nucleus delivery and cortical cleaning. In between, I like to say that formation of ISMSICS by stalwarts like Amulya Sahu, Dr. Boramani, Dr. Oke, and all. I think the science, whenever it gets evolved, starting from bone graphics, cataract knife, and before that pouching, it came up to phaco. And in that particular race, I think phaco was stopping everything, and SICS was taking backseat. Basically, even in foreign countries, ECC was start, and after ECC, directly they were jumping to phaco. There was no in-between step. Suppose the phaco is getting done and some complications are there, the people or students or PGs were not able to tackle the thing because they were not doing some steps about SICS. So I think SICS, which was not taught, and today also in foreign countries it is not promoted, I think it shouldn't take backseat. It should be given equal importance as compared to phaco, and hence this particular cause is being tackled by ISMSICS, and promotion of SICS across the world has been done by this association, and which is definitely the need. So it is not only phaco, but it is even SICS equally important across the world. Must the message go to the society, ophthalmologists, PGs, residents, and even to patients? Because whenever they are going for some surgery, they shouldn't only talk about phaco is the option and there is no other option.
Yeah, now this is one of the disadvantages of doing a subcanal topical. We don't get the hypotonic that we would have got in the peribulbar. So we have to be extra careful about taking out the last bit of cortex. Dr. Marathe, Dr. Sahu has come. You can perhaps stop the transmission and you can continue with the installations. I'll just be putting in the lens now.
About a comment about that iris prolapse, Dr. Parikshit.
Yes, sir.
Little bit.
Sir, because the incision is slightly larger and there is a positive pressure, as we have done it under only subtenal anesthesia. Thoda on.
Okay.
We would have given peribulbar anesthesia. That would not have happened.
Yeah, true. Sir, SICS surgery is a younger technique compared to phaco, isn't it? So it is,
I will not say, because Peter Kansas, Bill Fry and all have been doing SICS from I think 1980s. But yes, on a larger scale, it is a relatively younger technique. So I think we still have to see a lot more advances and a lot more this in SICS. True.
Yes.
I think phaco is again industry driven, pharma driven. So there are finances involved. Where
And,
in SICS it is not the case.
तुम्ही लाईट कडे बघा सर.
And
Yes,
in
ma'am. Please continue.
SICS, sir,
लाईट
in
कडे बघा.
SICS, sir, everything is under the control of the surgeon. Everything, nothing is automated. Everything is controlled in the hands of the surgeon, which is not there in FECO. Isn't it, sir?
Yes, yes.
Dr. Marathi?
Perfect, madam. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. What you have
So,
said
you
is
know,
perfect.
because ultimately it's the, the knife in the surgeon's hand, who gives the right results, whether it is a FECO or whether it is SICS. But in SICS, it
Correct.
is, under the control of a human brain of a surgeon, unlike, the machine, automated machine.
Positive.
It is like the skills what human being
Exactly.
has with handwriting and art, that is drawing, painting,
Exactly.
everything. Now it gets computerized, even the calculations, mathematics. There is
Yes.
calculator and
Yes.
computers and mobiles. So people, they have forgotten about calculations. The same way, hand technique and art of surgery,
True.
that skill
True.
shouldn't die.
True.
And I think by
Yes.
SICS, it will be maintained. So everything
True.
shouldn't be machine related, machine oriented.
Exactly. Exactly. Dr. Parikshit, would you like to take a suture here with the iris prolapse?
I would, ma'am. I will first complete the surgery. The patient
Yes.
is quite a heavy obese patient, and
Right.
he's snoring. So we have the iris coming out. So once the lens is completely in, we'll take a call. And yes, even
Right.
if there is slightest bit of doubt, I will take a suture.
And as all the previous panelists have mentioned, that there is no harm in giving the anesthesia of your choice, because if the surgeon is comfortable with it's not that we are increasing the mortality or the morbidity of the patient by giving topical anesthesia or by giving peribulbar or whatever anesthesia which the surgeon prefers, because at the end of the day what we want is excellent surgical results, isn't it?
Yep.
So,
Yes.
I feel that, every patient in their life must have had a small prick. And while giving us prick, if the patient is told that, we are going to give you a very fine prick with which the area is going to become numb, they're mentally prepared, to take the injection. So I personally feel that there is, it is not necessary that every time we should give, we should have topical anesthesia. We should have our
I generally
block also in our hand, isn't it?
but yes, in cases of very anxious patients,
Correct.
or if I think the surgery is going to take a very long time for whatever the reason,
Correct.
say cataracts, then yes, we will. I will prefer to give a peripulbar.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Parikshit. You have handled, I think, extremely well.
I'm still handling it.
Very well.
I don't think it is extremely well. But we
Yeah.
are just taking out the cortex behind the eye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Has Dr. Sahu sir reached the auditorium?
No, he's not yet.
Yeah. So once he reaches, sir, please. I mean, I know we are running behind time. Iris representative.
No issues. Don't be in a hurry. You do. I'm safe.
So Dr. Parikshit has taught us, how to, have patience and how to handle the complications, while he's demonstrating. So this is also a kind of, meditation and an art, I would say, because not everybody, Dr. Parikshit, can handle this, and you have handled it extremely well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Madam, I think to learn SIS, first we have to learn meditation.
Exactly.
Is it the take-home message?
I was about to tell
Before
you that.
doing any
that
surgery, sir, we have to learn meditation.
Yeah, we need to learn meditation first. Exactly. That is, the take-home message for today. Wonderful.
So I think now ISMSICS has to take a webinar on meditation now.
Yes, I can put across. I can, give you a couple of names, who will teach meditation free of cost online.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Touch with you, madam, for that.
Yeah, meditation cannot happen in one day. It has to be an ongoing process, and the surgeon must have a mindset to spare half an hour for themselves in 24 hours per day. Only then it works. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam. We are, South sir has come. Yeah. Parikshit.
Yes, sir.
South is here in the auditorium.
Yeah.
So,
So
if you want to
stop the microscope this.
we'll wait for you.
Yeah.
You
No,
come
start.
and then we will
We'll
start.
be there in 10 minutes.
We are waiting.
We are already running behind time. So please start, sir.
Yes, sir.
हे बंद करा.
सर अच्छा किया, बहुत बढ़िया. ठीक है बस. सर वो क्या बोल
Sir, I wish at your age we can also do all the
Dr. Marathe?
Hello.
Dr. Marathe, can I tell you?
Madam,
can I say something?
Shortly will be starting the installation ceremony. Yes, madam. Usha, madam.
Sir, I would like to, for the benefit of audience, I would like to inform that we are, very soon going to launch Global ISMSICS training program. So we need to promote the members, more members for this ISMSICS, because every member would be getting free of cost the basic, which is 6 hours, the intermediate, which is 8 hours, and the advanced, which is 8 hours, video which we have collected from all over the world, maximum videos from India, around 130 videos. So I think, at this point of time, we should spread the message that every, a member, every ophthalmologist should become a member of ISMSICS, so that they get these videos free of cost, which is 6 + 8 + 8 hours. And they could watch this video, at their own pace of time, how to sit, right-handed surgeon, left-handed surgeon, everything A to Z is covered in this, So Dr. Marathe, it's my humble request for you to, promote this message.
Sure, ma'am. Whatever you have said, I think all audience has heard it. And in presence of Dr. Sahu sir, Dr. Boramani sir, all those executives who are present here, I think this message will be promoted everywhere, circulated across the country and even internationally. And we try to involve each and everyone for this particular noble cause. Dr. Sahu sir will definitely add some point at we are going to promote.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you are passionate, we will promote it.
Yes, somebody adds. Somebody wants to add something, or should we?
Okay. I think we should start.
I think all the delegates. It was a successful live surgery program here at Atharva Hospital, Pune. I think the team of Atharva Hospital, under able leadership of Vaidya Madam and Dr. Parikshit Gokte, Dr. Anil Kulkarni, Dr. Ameya Kulkarni, Dr. Aditi Patwardhan, all the staff of Atharva Hospital, they have helped us a lot for this live surgery telecast from their ophthalmic theater, and then it was telecast across the country and internationally also on Zoom platform. We have here the stalwarts of ISMSICS, Dr. Amulya Sahu, who is the founder chairman, and chairman of ISMSICS, Dr. Jagannath Boramani, vice chairman of ISMSICS, Dr. Parikshit Gokte, and myself, Dr. Prakash Marathe, Dr. Santosh Bide, who is president of Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society. I am chairman of Maharashtra chapter of ISMSICS. I have been given this responsibility by Dr. Amulya Sahu sir and Dr. Boramani, Dr. Parikshit Gokte, and my dear friend Dr. Santosh Bide, who motivated me to take this responsibility maybe 5-6 years ago. And we could continue Maharashtra chapter in a very nice way. I think it is one of the important and successful chapters across the country, I should say. maximum numbers were enrolled this last year, and we got that particular award at Chandigarh conference. Even when Dr. Santosh Bhide was president, that time also the work done by Maharashtra chapter of ISMSICS was very well appreciated. The thing is, now this year, after the Chandigarh conference, we have to install the new chapter. The past team has done wonderful work under leadership of previous president Dr. Gopal Arora, secretary Dr. Rahul Deshpande, and the team. Now I welcome for this ceremony Dr. Amulya Sahu, founder chairman, Dr. Jagannath Boramani chairman, Dr. Parikshit Gupte, who is vice chairman, Dr. B.K. Nayak sir, who is blessing us from Mumbai, and online he may be there. I'm Dr. Prakash Marathe, then Dr. Anil Kulkarni, who is there at Sangli, who has also blessed the occasion. Then Dr. Santosh Bhide, President Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Zai Kelkar, who is President of Pune Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Vaidya Madam, who is in charge of this managing trustee of this Lokmanya Hospital, Pune, Rahul Deshpande, who is outgoing secretary, and online joined is Gopal Arora, who is president last year, Dr. Amir Kulkarni, who has just left for Patna, who is incoming secretary. So we have welcomed all these dignitaries here, and the trustee, main organizer of this particular program, Dr. Aditi Patwardhan, also is here. Now I request our founder chairman, Dr. Amulya Sahu, for his welcome address. Dr. Sahu, sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Marathe. It has been a nice experience here operating and meeting all the nice people. And you all know ISMSICS is growing very fast, and we have a presence in all the states of India and also abroad in 17 countries. We have 17 countries. Now we are going to Abu Dhabi to open the Abu Dhabi chapter, and in June we'll be in Singapore to open Singapore chapter. So we came back from Australia, opening Australia and New Zealand chapter. So everybody is keen, and now somebody, a lady has come from Poland to learn SICS, and we have arranged for her. Her name is Victoria, for a simulator training in Bombay. So we will be shortly opening a Poland chapter also. So this SICS is like Seema from Australia was assisting me. She is in Melbourne and she has been trained in SB Desai Hospital. And her HOD was telling that you are doing magic and you must train our staffs. So there is a big demand for learning SICS. The whole idea of moving around and teaching people is to prepare good surgeons who can go abroad and teach other surgeons. So I will be giving maximum my time to train people in my modulation, this modified surgery of 2 mm SICS. And Dr. Boramani also is most of the time is moving around to teach people, because we need the next generation of surgeons who can take this forward, the SICS glory. So with this, I want to end, and Dr. Boramani is now going to show the.
Hello. 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 Am I audible? Before that, I'd like to welcome our chairman with a bouquet, Dr. Amulya Sahu, sir. Then our chairman, Dr. Jagannath Boramani. President of Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Santosh Bhide. Then incoming president of ISMSICS, Dr. Adil Shah Mandurla. Then incoming vice president, Dr. Mandar Parasra. outgoing secretary, Dr. Rahul Deshpande.
Yes.
Then local organizer, Dr. Aditi Patwardhan. Thank you. Now we will move to the agenda. Our president, before Dr. Anil Shah speaks, our chairman, Dr. Jagannath Boramani, will address his chairman's address with a video of ISMSICS. Over to you, Dr. Boramani.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Dr. Sahu has nicely introduced about the organization. So instead of
Dr. Jagannath, you need to unmute yourself. You're muted. Sorry.
hello, can you hear me? Till that time, I request Dr. Marathi to proceed with the further proceedings. Video run करायचं share करायचं, but it requires codec. Open
लाईन मध्ये शेअर करायचं का?
हाँ, पण तो व्हिडिओ इतर यार लॅपटॉपवर लावून डेस्कटॉपवर आहे.
Now, before going further, I request outgoing Secretary Dr. Rahul Deshpande to present his report in short. Dr. Rahul Deshpande, please. Last year's report.
Yeah, I welcome you all for this today's meeting. Actually, because of the COVID, we could not conduct many meetings the last 2 years. But I think with the installation of the ISMSICS, then we had a webinar on SICS for PGs and practitioners. It was held in 16th of September 2020. And in that, we highlighted the various importance of the small incision surgery to the audience, and the advantages of the small incision surgery over the phacoemulsification. And then we conducted many other activities in MOS and in Vidarbha Ophthalmic Society, Maharashtra Ophthalmic Society, and AIOS level. So, but then we were unfortunate because of the COVID that we could not held any of the meetings. Now this new members coming in, I hope definitely we'll be conducting more meetings in future. Thank you for.
Thank you, Dr. Rahul Deshpande. Now I invite our founder chairman, Dr. Amulya Sahu sir, to install the incoming president, Dr. Anil Shah.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. I welcome Dr. Anil Shah as new president of Maharashtra ISMSICS. Now I request our chairman, Dr. Jagannath Boramani, to install incoming vice president of Maharashtra chapter ISMSICS, Dr. Mandar Paranspe.
Come here. Please keep. Yeah.
Now we have to install our secretary, Dr. Ameya Kulkarni. He has just left. So I request Dr. Amulya Sahu sir just to announce his installation as the secretary.
I install Ameya Kulkarni as the secretary of ISMSICS Maharashtra chapter.
Dr. Usha Zohri, madam, are you there? Dr. Usha Zohri, madam, are you there?
Very much there, sir.
Now I request Dr. Jagannath Boramani to announce installation of Dr. Usha Zohri as Joint Secretary.
So we announce that Dr. Usha Johari is the Joint Secretary of the Maharashtra chapter of ISMSICS this year.
Thank you.
Now I request President of Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society, Dr. Santosh Bhede, to say a few words.
Good evening, everybody. At the outset, I would like to congratulate outgoing President Gopal Arora and outgoing Secretary Dr. Rahul Deshpande. In spite of challenges during COVID times, both of them tried to have online webinars on SICS, and they promoted activity of Maharashtra chapter of ISMICS at all India level. Then I would like to congratulate incoming President Dr. Anil Shah and Vice President Dr. Mandar Paranspe and Secretary Dr. Ameya Kulkarni. And I also wish them all the best. All of us know that Dr. Anil Kulkarni is a brilliant manual small incision cataract surgeon, and he has real brilliant innovations in the form of snare. So I am sure that under his Anil Shah, sorry, I beg your pardon, Anil Shah, sorry. So he has innovation of cataract snare, and under his able leadership, I am sure that Maharashtra chapter of ISMICS is going to rise to higher levels. And we at MOS are always all inclusive, and we are always there. And whatever future activities you want to have, we can have it in association or under aegis of MOS. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Thank you, President Dr. Santosh Bhede. Dr. Zai Kelkar also has blessed this occasion, who is President of Pune Ophthalmological Society. Dr. Mitali Vaidya, who was here for some time, also blessed all office bearers of a new chapter of ISMSICS, and she has graciously accepted our invitation and she was here. Then the members who had joined, Dr. Pangarkar, Dr. Rajesh Joshi, all of them are welcome. Then the executive committee members, Dr. Shekhar Paranspe, Dr. Shirish Navgale, Dr. Rujita Maspe, Dr. Sanjay Tekavde, Dr. Dr. Jignesh Taswala, Dr. Pradeep Dindore, Dr. Pankaj Shah, all are also installed as members of Maharashtra chapter of ISMSICS. Now I request Dr. Gopal Arora, who is outgoing president, to say a few words. Dr. Gopal, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Please.
Yeah, a very good evening to one and all. First of all, let me congratulate the chairman and the founder chairman, Dr. Amulya Shahu sir, for doing a wonderful surgery and doing ISMSICS a wonder. I mean, it has grown to such a level that nobody could even expect this association going so high. And I am thankful to Dr. Boramani sir, Dr. Gokte, and my chairperson, Dr. Prakash Marathi, of course, for always guiding me. Let me congratulate Dr. Anil Shah and the junior Kulkarni, and I'm really sure that this chapter of Maharashtra ISMSICS will be taken to a really bigger height under their able guidance, because I know Dr. Anil Shah, he is the innovator. So I wish him all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gopal, for joining from Nagpur and taking out your spacious time. I think you graced the occasion, and thank you so much for your work over last 2 years. Best of luck to you, and get connected to our ISMSICS Maharashtra chapter in future also. Now our chairman, Dr. Jagannath Boramani, is ready with his presentation. Right? Till he gets ready, I request our incoming president who got installed just now, Dr. Anil Shah. Anil Shah is the senior person, and before he gets installed, I think Dr. Parikshit Gokte has arrived here in the hall. I request our vice chairman, Dr. Parikshit Gokte, to get this felicitation from Amulya Sahu sir.
Thank you, sir.
we should be felicitating you, sir.
Well done, already done. And now I request our Vice Chairman, Dr. Parishit Gupte, who is the main organizer for today's program. He has arranged this live surgery in very short period of time after the inclination shown by our Chairman, Dr. Amulya Sahu. And in spite of very shorter period, he could manage this live surgery session and telecast of this particular program worldwide. The credit goes to Dr. Parishit Gupte and his team of Atharva Hospital. Over to you, Vice Chairman, Dr. Parishit Gupte, for your words.
At the outset, I would like to thank all of you for joining in so that Atharva Netralaya and Lokmanya and our work would be highlighted. Thanks, of course, to Dr. Sahu, Dr. Boramani, who traveled all the way from Mumbai, Dr. Anil Shah, sir, who traveled from Nandurbar. All of them are legendary cataract surgeons, not just great SICS surgeons, but great cataract surgeons, globally known. And on behalf of, because I represent two organizations here, Atharva Netralaya and ISMSICS, so we are happy that this could happen. And for Atharva Netralaya, there is Dr. Aditi Patwardhan here, the director, with Dr. Amaya Kulkarni and the head of our OPD team, Mrs. Nehal Pathak, and Mr. Shivaji Narute, who is the head of the Operation Theatre team. All of them cooperated so that this live demonstration could happen. It's the first time we did something like this, so there were initial glitches, but I am sure a few months down the line, we will have a more proper, more structured program, and where we will show definitely more different types of surgeries. So thank you once more for logging in.
Thank you, Dr. Parishit Gupte. I think majority of the program of installation was over in his absence. I'm thankful to him because he allowed us to start the program. Now, because the presentation by Dr. Jagannath Boramani was not ready, his presidential chairman's address is still pending. Now he will be showing his online presentation. Over to you, Chairman Jagannath Boramani, sir. Okay.
We are going to show a small video about the journey of ISMSICS.
Pleural tunnel incision is a secure incision. There are newer advancements in SICS like 2 mm incision surgery, smart incision surgery. With customization of incisions, the astigmatism can be managed very well. SICS has become a premier surgery now. The International Society of Manual Small Incision Cataract Surgery was launched in 2005 in Mumbai. Dr. Amulya Sahu is the founder chairman of the organization and Dr. Jagannath Boramani is the executive chairman of the organization. The first international conference of ISMSICS was organized in 2005 in Beijing, China. The second international conference was held in Malaysia in 2007. This was a 3 days event with wet lab, live surgeries, and scientific deliberations. This was followed by successful conferences in Indonesia, Sweden, Egypt, Philippines, and South Africa. ISMSICS surgeons were invited to conduct wet lab in Asia Pacific Association of Cataract and Refractive Surgeons Conference in Kuala Lumpur in 2015. Dr. Boramani, as the first editor, published many journals of the organization in the past. The organization started holding World Conference every 2 years. The first Comprehensive Cataract Conference, CCC 2015, was held in Pune. The Aravind Eye Care System organized the second CCC in 2017 in Chennai. This conference witnessed the joining of Help Me See with ISMSICS for simulator-based training. An instruction course as well as wet lab were conducted in WOC 2018, in Barcelona. The ebook, Master's Guideline on SICS, was released during this conference. The organization has arranged multiple programs in partnership with various associations. The World Conference CCC 2019 was a 3-day grand scientific fiesta in Kolkata. The All India Ophthalmological Society started giving ISMSICS 2 big sessions in every annual conference since 2018. WOC 2020 also gave a session to SICS surgeons. The 4th CCC is being held in Chandigarh. The 5th CCC will be held in Hyderabad. ISMSICS has now chapters in almost all states of India and across many countries in the world. We have started training on SICS simulator in partnership with Help Me See. The internet-based global SICS training program was launched during AIOC 2022. SICS started publishing the journal again in 2022. After the physical launching in Egypt and Bangladesh, during the pandemic, chapters were launched in almost 15 countries. The COVID pandemic witnessed almost 50 webinars with massive attendance. ISMSICS has got a women's wing to address specific issues of women surgeons. The Australia and New Zealand chapter was launched during the annual conference of the Royal Australia and New Zealand College of Ophthalmologists in October 2022. Visit our website to become a life member of this global organization.
Hello. And most of the ophthalmologists are members of ISMSICS, but I request all of you to become members, those who are not members, and tell your colleagues to become the members. Now about the incoming president of Maharashtra chapter of ISMSICS, Dr. Anil Shah. Dr. Anil Shah has done his MBBS and MS from BJ Medical College and Sassoon General Hospitals, Pune. He is the person who is coming from the remote place in Maharashtra, that is Nandurbar district. He was a scholar student in his pre-medical days, and his medical career was also very nice at BJ Medical College. He has done MS Ophthalmology from BJ Medical College and Sassoon General Hospitals. He has worked in remote place like Nandurbar since almost 35 to 40 years now, and where the services were needed in that particular area, he has proved his presence in that area, and how the services can be given in remote place like Nandurbar is the best example. But practicing in Nandurbar, only ophthalmology doesn't serve the purpose. That is what he has showed to the world. I think doing many more procedures like phaco, in SICS, he has got his own innovations like spatial snare technique of SICS. And with his work being identified, accepted everywhere in the world, we also tried to identify him and given him the responsibility to become the president of ISMSICS Maharashtra chapter. And we are happy and we are sure that he will take Maharashtra chapter to greater heights within next 2 years. Under his leadership, definitely ISMSICS chapter will flourish. And now request incoming president Dr. Anil Shah for his presidential address. Over to you, Dr. Anil Shah.
Good evening, everybody. I respected Dr. Shahu sir, Dr. Boramani sir, Parikshit Gupte, then Dr. Santosh Bide, and all the members who are present here. In last Chandigarh conference, I was just talking to Dr. Prakash Marathi that I wanted to present my snare technique to everyone so that everyone should know that how the snare should be used. So that word, he caught me, and he decided that I should become the next president. And after 2-3 days, he phoned me that, are you willing to become the president of Maharashtra Small Engine Cataract Surgery? And I thought that is a good opportunity because in Nandurbar, I am staying in a remote area where I am doing all these techniques in a very low socioeconomic group very nicely. So I decided that it should be promoted to all the district and all over the Maharashtra. So I accepted this challenge. But this challenge is only possible when all of you are giving me support. So I request all the members of the Maharashtra Ophthalmic Society and all SICS members, please give me your good support so that I can promote the snare technique and SICS technique to a newer level. My aim is that at least in a 2 month, I should do a one surgical demonstration of snare technique in one of the district where there is a medical college or where there is an institute who is willing to get this snare technique done, so that I can come there and give a live surgical demonstration and also give all the minor details how to perform it. And that will be definitely helpful to newer students, PGs, and those who don't want to invest large amount of money in the phaco emulsification. My technique is a wonderful technique, safe technique, and it is equivalent to a phaco technique. So if you master this technique, then you will definitely love to use it. So I hope becoming my president will be helpful to all the society and all the members, and it will be also helpful to promote my technique to all over people. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'm very much thankful to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Anil Shah, for your wonderful presidential address. I think on my right side, Dr. Amulya Sahu sir is there, who is taking ISMSICS to the world, like America, Australia, England, everywhere. And on my left side, there is new president of ISMSICS. And probably he will take this ISMSICS technique to the rural Maharashtra. So from top to bottom, that is our spread, that is our area of work. And we should take it from top to bottom, and that way this technique must be popularized. Inferiority complex shouldn't be there. Everywhere it is phaco, phaco, and phaco. That shouldn't be the scenario. Phaco and SICS. Of course, both the techniques definitely will coexist and will complement to each other. Best wishes to Dr. Anil Shah. I expect many more programs across Maharashtra. Maybe hands-on workshops, live surgeries, seminars, webinars, visit to various districts and taluka places across Maharashtra. We will join hands together. We are fortunate to have all international team from Maharashtra. That is Dr. Sahu sir, Boramani sir, and Dr. Parikshit Gupte. So they will be of great help to all of us. Here we have Dr. Seema Mandre, who is practicing in Australia. I acknowledge her presence here. If she wants to say a few words, you can say.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, all respected surgeons and other staff around. Thank you for giving me opportunity to participate in this live surgery session. It was really fruitful, and I learned a lot from Dr. Boramani, like AC maintainer, then how to hydrate from the side port. That was first time I think I have seen. And Dr. Sahu's technique 2 millimeters. So I promise I already started doing like after COVID, I joined in Australia as an ophthalmologist. I'm working with Alfred Health, Melbourne. So after COVID, there was a very challenging situation. Like they know only phaco, otherwise just ECC, IOL. There was no in between, like Marathi sir mentioned. So I asked them, like, if I know another technique with which we can get rid of these cataracts. And it wasn't like a big drama for them. So they will put up a big screen. For phaco, junior nurse will assist, but for SICS, nurse in charge will assist. And they are very excited when first nucleus came as in like intact. They say, oh my God, she's removing pearl from the eyes. So it was a perfect time to introduce SICS. After, so I did many SICS post-COVID. And like any other 3 or grade 4 cataract, they will say CMA. It's for CMA. So I think I'll take this routine SICS to the different levels with different techniques and expertise. Yes. Oh, okay. Institute. And I mean, like sir said, we have to help to spread it worldwide. This is a typical, and they will say it is a like CMA's Indian technique. They don't usually remember SICS. So yeah, this is a proud moment to take these techniques to abroad and make it popularized and helping many people. So one of the case I have done was a black cataract. And after surgery, the person told me he was being referred by my head of the department, and he himself had worked at Royal Victorian Eye and Hospital as an ocular prosthetist. So he's extremely happy with that technique. So usually if he comes for any other reason, he has AMD as well. But every time he comes for AMD injections, he will say, no, her hand is really gentle. I want injection only from her. So, and he like immediately he asked, are you doing the same technique to my other eye also? Then, yeah, please write your name for my next eye. I think Dr. Sahu said like, this is really a big compliment for our surgical technique. So yes, definitely, I promise all of you that we'll take this worldwide, not just limited to India, but yes, definitely. Thank you, all of you. Thanks for your blessings and participation. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Seema.
Seema was
Thank you, Dr. Seema.
And now I'm officially member of.
The moment I told Seema that such and such chapter is being launched,
12 o'clock at night.
12 o'clock at night, she became member after visiting our website. One important thing is that in presence of Dr. Amulya Sahu sir and Jagannath Boramani, and I was also there, we installed Australia and New Zealand chapter. Yeah. And you be communicated to those people and take our chapter forward in Australia and New Zealand, because you are there in Australia. Definitely Sahu sir and Boramani sir will be guiding. And I think before moving forward, our Chairman Scientific Committee, newly installed Chairman Scientific Committee, Dr. Anand Pangarkar is seen there online. Dr. Pangarkar sir, are you there? If you are willing to say something, please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, unmute. Yeah.
Excellent program so far. Thank you for this opportunity, and we will do our best to take the organization and the work forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Pangarkar sir. We expect many more things from you as Scientific Committee Chairman, as you have been promoted for that new post. Now, every good program has to come to an end. It was a wonderful program today. The stalwart Dr. Sahu and Boramani came from Mumbai. Dr. Parikshit Gopte took tremendous efforts. Live surgery was there, and installation of Maharashtra chapter also has gone in the right way. But every good program has to come to the end. Now I request our newly installed Vice President of Maharashtra chapter, who is also Joint Treasurer of Maharashtra Ophthalmological Society and Vice President of Pune Ophthalmological Society, to propose vote of thanks on behalf of Maharashtra chapter of ISMSICS.
Thank you, Dr. Marathe. It was indeed a unique program held in Atharva Netralaya and Lokmanya Hospital today. On behalf of ISMSICS, I would like to thank the chairman of the society, Dr. Amulya Sahu, the co-chairman, Dr. Jagannath Boramani sir, and my very good friend, Dr. Parikshit Gopte, for organizing this live surgery program. A special thanks to the faculty who were present here, Dr. Prakash Marathe sir, Dr. Anil Shah sir, and Dr. Santosh Bide sir, who is also the president of MOS. Also, a big thank you to the team of Atharva Netralaya, the Operation Theatre team, Snehal, who helped in the management of the Operation Theatre, and the others who were there for the live surgery, and especially to Dr. Aditi Patwardhan, who is the director at Atharva Netralaya and conducted this program flawlessly. And I hope that many amongst you will be encouraged to take up this technique the right way as was shown today. And before I sign off, special thanks to Entod Pharmaceutical, who were kind enough to organize the Zoom link through which all of us could get connected and see this live surgery and listen to the various speakers. Thank you and wish you all a very happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Mandar Paramsle.
Seema was telling that our teacher is Dr. Parikshit Gupte.
Yes.
Who taught her.
So I think we are coming to the end of this program. I am thankful to all the delegates who joined globally. And let's meet again for some of the activity from Maharashtra chapter or national or state chapters. Thank you so much. Bye.
Yes.